Welcome back everyone. Today's going to be a short one. We're going to run into the reasons why that thing got repainted. So the whole idea of us repainting that was because the glass fell out of the channel in the back of it, because the channel was rusty. So we were supposed to just be fixing the channel and making the glass so it would work and go up and down again. And while we had the tailgate apart, it was like, well, let's fix the wrinkly clear and make it right again. So that's all done, but I'll bring you over to the bench and I'll show you why the glass fell out in the first place. Okay, so that's the glass channel runner, whatever you'd like to call it, that sits in the bottom of the tailgate that the glass slides into. There normally would have been a rubber seal, and then in that channel there, and then the glass would push up in there and it'd lock on. Now you can see it's really thin and rusted through there. The brackets that hold it to the runners aren't, to the regulator aren't, so we've drilled the spot welds in them, taken them off. But this whole channel down the length, it was just wholly everywhere and rotted. So then that meant that the channel wouldn't really have a lot of structural integrity to it, and the glass would just slide straight out. So these are obsolete, no longer available, can't find, rare as hen's teeth. So what we've done is gone to Bunnings, because there is no steel stores in Browns Plains, and got a couple of short lengths of galvanized 20mm box, and we've cut a little piece off and welded it on the end to get the length that we need for the channel. Cut the top of the box out, and then we've pinched the top of it together a little bit in the vise. And then what we're using for a seal, I had them here somewhere, give me 2 secs, they're in the wagon, because you can't buy the rubber channel for the bottom of them anymore, but Rare Spares do sell these. They're the lower window channel rubbers for I think it's XR through XY series Falcon, and they do the door glasses, and they do fit the rear windscreen or rear window glass on the wagons. If you buy 2 of them, they go the right length. And not that I'm left-handed, so I'll get this to work. The idea is, because we've pinched it together a little bit, that top edge actually puts pressure in there when the glass forces down, and then the shape of the rubber in there grips onto the glass, holds it, and then stops it pulling off. What I'm going to do is run a bead of Sikaflex windscreen adhesive in there and there, the full length of the channel, glue the rubbers in, and then knock that onto the bottom of the glass. I've already dry fitted it to the glass, and it grips a lot tighter than the original one was with all the rust in the bottom. So it's actually a bit of a mission to get it off once you push it on there. So XR through XY door window rubber, and a bit of RHS from Bunnings, and a couple of hours of mucking around, and we should have a window runner that's going to hold the glass in and not have the glass fall into the bottom of the tailgate every time I want to put it up and down. All right, I'll get those bottom brackets welded on and we'll cut back into it. Okay, so with a little bit of mucking around, we'll be able to show you what we've got up here. So what I did was take a measurement and transfer it from the old rail to this one and worked out where they needed to be in relation to the center of the glass, which is basically in center of that channel. So I've clamped that on and just plug welded where the original ones were. And then we'll do the same on this side. There's our markings for it, the direction it was facing, center line of the channel, and then where that has to sit in relation to there. We'll get this one on, we'll get it cleaned up, and then we'll show you from there. Now, this is gal. It's all they had up there. Wasn't real keen on it, but it should last a little bit longer anyway, and I'll clean it up and give it a light coat of cold gal spray when it's all finished. So I'll get the other one clamped on, we'll weld it up, give it a clean up, and get back to it. Okay, so we've got the regulator tabs welded on the bottom. Channels all nice and straight. Plug welds have come through. They're on there nice and tight and strong. Now I'll get these rubbers, sit them in there. The other one go. So that's our lower glass channel for an XR through XY Falcon tailgate, station wagon, sorry, tailgate. Like I said, that rubber holds on really nice and tight to the glass. Once we got the profile of the box section squeezed in a little bit, so it's got some pressure and taper going up. And on the dry glass, once you push it on, it locks on and then wedges there and won't pull off. So yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you think. It's got to be better than the rusty one that was in there, because there was no way that was holding back on. We tried a couple of times and it wouldn't even get to the point where we could physically pull the glass up and down in the runners. So I'll get this one cleaned up and a coat of paint on it for tonight, and then we'll get the glass mounted up and in the car and adjusted, and we'll show you that later on. That'll probably be later on in the week. Okay, again, to anyone that's donated for the Movember cause, thank you so much for the early donations, and take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.